Good morning, good afternoon or good evening as the case may be. I've been asked to do a video by one of my subscribers. Fred, this is for you, and hopefully what I'm going to try to do is teach you about what happens with the lower leg. First of all, what we got to look at, if I put my leg up here, yeah, we've got the lower leg and ankle strengthening exercises and mobility exercises. The lower leg muscles all connect to the ankle joint, but not all of them connect to the knee joint. In any particular way. For instance, if we point our toes, and this is part of the mobility, so I'll start with the mobility first of the ankle joint, and what I want to get over and across to you is you cannot work the ankle joint effectively with any machine. There is a machine on the market that works the tibia muscle of the front leg. There's no knee involvement with anything where you pull your toes back to you, only to do with the ankle joint. There's only movement at the ankle joint, okay? And that's an important thing. And this is why I recommend the use of these little things here. They are old school, okay? But what we got to remember is we may only be 20 or 30 or 40 years old of age, but the body has not changed for a very long time. Your movement pattern in your joints have not changed. The exercise equipment has changed. These still work with the movement patterns in your body. They are an exceptional piece of equipment, even though they are old and people say, oh, we can't get them. There is a company in America where you can get them. And I'm going to spell it out because I don't think I'll pronounce it correctly. And it's spelt IVANKO Barbell Company. Okay? The price of them is round about $90 plus shipping. I'm going to explain why you should get these, okay? First of all, because they can exercise your ankle joint better than any other machine that you can find, okay? They can exercise your quads, they can exercise the back of the legs, the hamstrings, they can exercise the hip joint to its full potential, okay? And they can also exercise the lower back and the middle section to their full potential. Now, if we looked at how much they're going to cost you, the machines that you would have to get, and I'm going to name them before I continue with the video, you would need to get a foot flexion machine. So Google that and see how much that would cost. To exercise your quads the same way as you would do leg extensions, Google a leg extension and then Google a hamstring curl machine. and then Google a total hip machine. Then you would need to Google a low pulley machine as well. These iron boots are what I would call an essential in any home gym. Even if they cost you a total, and I'm just going to go random here because the company's in America and you may be across the other side of the world. I don't know how much shipping's going to cost you, but I'm going to say if you spend $200 on these, you have saved yourself money and you are going to have a quality physique. I'm going to give you one example of the people who have used the iron boots. Well, I'll actually give you two because they're classic physiques. Serge Nubret and Frank Zane. Two people who said the iron boot was the making of their physique for the lower body. Enough said on that. Okay, let's look at what sort of exercises you would do specifically for the ankle joint. And they're very good. And you imagine you've got your iron boot on. So these are mobility exercises as well as strengthening exercises once you get hold of your iron boots. Okay, let's go. Let's take me old... Okay, so when we point our toes, okay, and all we're going to do is go backwards and forwards. I'm not going to go into detail about plantar flexion and dorsiflexion and all that. It's too complicated, okay? I'm just going to tell you we're going to point our toes and then all we're going to do is pull our toes back to us, okay? So point our toes, pull our toes back to us, okay? Let's do 10 reps. So here we go. We're pointing and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? So that's just going backwards and forwards. Okay? Now what we're going to do, we're going to go from side to side. And what we can do, we can pull our toes back and go side to side with our toes back to us. Okay? So 10 reps. Away we go. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But then what we can do as well is point the toes and go side to side. And this is where you're going to feel it. Because you don't really exercise this when you're doing normal weight training or fitness training. So this is the mobility, and if you get the boots, you're going to strengthen it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what you're trying to do is squeeze your toes. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's like you're making a fist with your toes, but you're putting them in the pointed position, and you can really feel it in the ankle joint. Yeah, we're not engaging the knee yet, and I'll get to that a little bit later. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to do circular movements with the ankle joint. Okay, and we circle one way and then we circle the other way. Okay, 10 reps. So away we go. So we're going to bring the big toe in and circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're going to go the other way. So we're going to keep our knee locked. Don't let that unlock, otherwise you'll mess the exercises up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? Now if we want to do it so as we really work the side muscles in our ankle joint, we can do it two ways. Okay? We can do it like so. So we bend the leg like so, and all we're going to do is bring the toes up. So again, all we're going to do, we're going to try to touch my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But we can do it another way. And we just come back along the bench, and you are going to feel this in the hip, and because it's in such a way. So what we're going to do, again, we're going to try, it's almost like flicking the ball, okay? Flicking a football, okay? So these would be really good for somebody who's playing any kind of sport, okay? Or doing any kicking, okay? And this particular sort of style of exercise, you're going to be stretching out the groin as well. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So as you can see, with these movement patterns, it is going to be impossible to work your ankle joint effectively with anything other than iron boots. What we've got to realise when we're doing any kind of sports training is it begins at the floor. Okay? You've got to move on your feet. You don't want to sprain your ankle or strain it in any way. So the iron boots are so important to sports people. So if you are a sports person of any description where you need to be on your feet and move in any direction quickly and effectively, get a set of iron boots. I can't stress that enough. Okay? Now, getting back to the iron boots is also, we can do mobility like so. So now we're really using the calf muscle here. Okay? When we're like so. So we're really using that now. When we've got the iron boot on, we're really engaging the calf. But this is the thing. With the calf muscle, and this is what I was talking about, I want to address this situation. The calf muscle is attached to the ankle, okay, and attached to the knee joint. The calf's function is, there's two. Is to go up on your tiptoes. So basically, up on your tiptoes, so to speak. Okay? But I'm doing it in a bent leg position, so as you can see what I'm talking about, so as you understand it. The second function of the calves is to actually, and you can Google this, and go on to anywhere and see what the calf functions are. Bend your leg. They help the hamstrings bend your leg. Okay? The reason why the iron boots are so successful at training the calves in that position is because you point your toes and the weight is actually on your foot itself. It's on the sole of your foot. And the calves need to be contracted in that position. So the ankle joint is stabilised by the weight in your foot, by the calf being contracted. Then, when you're laying on the floor, that is when you work the hamstrings and the calves together. Okay? And what you can do that with a dumbbell. But lay on the floor and do it. I have done a video on that before. But what I'm trying to do now is really sort of answer people's questions. Instead of just putting up videos and people not understanding what I'm talking about. So, and this is the thing about me, and somebody commented about me being Professor Les. I actually quite like that title. That is a real good compliment for me, because what I do is I explain it very simply. I don't go into muscle terminology on here. What I'm trying to get across is movement in your joints and how you can stabilise your body correctly. I'm not worried about the big showy muscles, the chest, the shoulders, or anything like that. I want you to understand that if you do this action, if for instance here, if you bend your wrist up, you're using the extensors. If you keep bending your wrist up and working it in that way, there's going to be an imbalance in your wrist, in any of your joints. Okay, so what you need to do is, we just take that as an example, is now we need to do some flexion exercises to balance it up and to keep it all stable. That's what I'm trying to get over to you guys, because that's been lost. The reason being is, I've said this before as well, all these gyms that are opening up now, I'm only experiencing it in England. There are no gym instructors, so you don't actually learn anything about how to exercise. You see it on YouTube and you take it for granted these people know what they're talking about. Hopefully you appreciate what I'm trying to do for you and what I'm trying to put over to you, because what I'm trying to do is make you understand your body better than you normally get. So I'll go into detail and explain about balance up the joints. Yeah, if you do this movement, you've got to do some of this movement as well. It's basically, if you do one movement one way, you've got to do the opposite movement the other way. Okay, so Fred, the video's done. Hopefully you understand what I'm talking about here. You don't need to be on a bench to do these. You could do, for instance, get a stool like this, okay? And I don't know whether you'll be able to see it, but what this is going to involve then is going to involve balance. And we just get on the stool, and all we do is we do all those exercises with a straight leg, but we're really working this leg here while we're doing all the ankle exercises. And what that will do, especially with people who need to perhaps, and I know, Fred, that you do martial arts, so you could be doing hip extensions, flexions, sorry, to get ready to kick. Okay? So this would really work the leg that I'm just standing on. So this is a double bonus for somebody who is into martial arts. Okay? Right. I'm going to call it a day there. And guys, there's 50 of us in this group now. What I want you to do is give me a question of what body part you want me to cover next. That's my challenge. That's my next challenge. I'm going to take the first 5 answers and turn them into videos. The challenge is to you now. Give me the questions. Okay? I want this group to be the best informed group on YouTube. Let's make it happen. Okay? Take care, guys and girls. See you in the next video.